Hey guys, welcome to the live stream this evening. Welcome everybody. Good to have all of you. I'm so excited for this and nervous at the same time. But yeah, let's do it. We've been doing live streams, right? This is just a little twist to the live stream, the traditional live streams we've been having. So I'm a bit nervous because I'm not sure how you guys are going to accept this and participate, because this is basically a platform for every one of us. This is not just virtue grace, this is all of us. So you guys are all welcome. And if you've taken time to read what I wrote in the description box down below, then you will have a sense or a direction of what this live stream is going to be about moving forward. So welcome, like I said, let's give it a little time for more people to come in. You're welcome, everybody. If you're coming by for the first time, my name is Virtue Grace. I am a content creator. Yeah, I live in Lagos, Nigeria. I travel across Africa. I love doing that so much. I also share videos from Nigeria with you to, just to share a part of who I am with you through my content in Nigeria. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So as you come in, hit the thumb up button. Hit the thumb up button as you come in, and let's get this started. Okay, I'm excited. We have people coming in. Let's do this exciting conversation tonight, and I look forward to it. I wrote down some notes here that we are going to use as our guide in our conversation tonight. So, welcome, like I said. And if you'd be interested in joining me live, I'm going to drop the link so that you can also click on the link to join me in this conversation. So, it's going to be very participatory. It's going to be very participatory. Okay, so you're all welcome. I'm so excited. More people are coming in. Yeah, you guys are giving me reasons to smile. I can see my Facebook people are also coming in. Who is here? You Akata, welcome. Thank you for coming. Aldrin Imobong, welcome. Thank you very much. Peace to you, you Akata, my big brother, Prince Ayoko. You're welcome. How is Tamale today? You're welcome. PG rated, you're welcome. Everybody, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Ismail Asmi, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. As you come in, just hit the thumb up button, okay? You know how we do it. As you come in, just hit the thumb up button and let's get this conversation started. So, like I said, you can see in the title, this is Tales by Moonlight. Tales by Moonlight. So the whole concept of Tales by Moonlight is to bring us, good memories, nostalgia. For a lot of us Africans who grew up, we had what we called Tales by Moonlight, where we sat together in the evenings or at night. Yeah, at night, while the moon shone, to share stories. We used to tell stories about the lion and the tortoise. The tortoise was always like a central character in the folk tales. And basically those stories were just meant to entertain us. They were meant to teach us, to instruct us, and to like mold us, communicate some moral lessons using those stories. So that's the whole concept of this live stream. So this live stream is basically going to be a Sunday series that we are going to be having moving forward every Sunday at 5 p.m. We are at, did I say 5 p.m.? No, not 5 p.m. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. GMT plus one, we'll all converge on this platform to discuss interesting stories or happenings from across Africa. So we are all involved in this. Like I said, I had to renew my what do you call it, my StreamYard subscription just because of this, so that I can stream to Facebook and to YouTube at the same time. So I'm streaming on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously now, so that everybody is involved. People from Facebook and people on YouTube can also participate, and you have your say, because I can't be everywhere in Africa at the same time. Africa has 54 countries. You all are my eyes in those countries. So if any story happens in your country, those stories that you are proud of and you want to share, maybe there's been a huge development in terms of infrastructure or a breakthrough in science, in commerce, anything interesting and worth sharing as a story to put your country out there in a positive light, just send me such stories on Instagram. DM the stories to me at Virtue Grace. That's my Instagram handle. When you share those stories with me, then on Sundays like this, we'll come together and discuss those stories, okay? And you would also have the platform to come on live and co-host the show with me. So that's why I said we are all active participants in this segment. It's not just about Virtue Grace telling stories or making videos. This is how we are all going to tell our stories as Africans. We all have a voice here, a platform here to express your opinions, express your views on different things happening across Africa. It could be stories from your country, okay? So that's the whole concept of this Tales by Moonlight. So it's basically going to be us converging to tell stories about our continent in positive light, to, you know, just to promote our continent, to find ways how to improve and move our continent forward. So that's the premise. So tonight being the inaugural episode, first in the series Tales by Moonlight, I took note of some stories that happened across Africa that I was able to lay my hands on this week that we are going to talk about. So as you come in, give it a thumb up. Like I said, give it a thumb up and definitely share this stream. Like I said, share it to Facebook, share it to on Twitter, share it on your WhatsApp status, everywhere possible. Share them. This is a platform for all of us. Let me see who is here. Let me quickly read your comments. Prince Ayoko says Tamale is cool. Nice. Proudly African. Hello. Mark Nyami. Hi. Welcome. She Kenya TV, hi, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Derek, hi. Maria, you're welcome. Big sis, how are you? Welcome. Auntie Tanti, how are you? I'm fine. You can see I'm fine. So you all are welcome. All right. So for our first big story tonight, this one, when I saw this making the rounds or making waves on social media and all, I was like, oh, this is interesting because um you know Ghanaians, Nigerians, we are always at each other's throats for very funny reasons, but it's good. Sibling rivalry, we always banter, bicker, and all of that, but it's always good. We just have a way of catching fun and just entertaining ourselves at the same time. So this week, our brother Black Sheriff made the news. He made waves all over the media, local and international, and I thought that that's what's celebrating and what talking about today. So yeah, Kweku the traveler, my Ghanaians in the house, let me see you, let me see your comments, rep your country, drop the flags here, my Ghanaians in the house. So Black Sheriff, who released his single this week, Kweku the traveler, it made waves. Like, it was topping charts. Like here in Nigeria, it topped the Apple chart as number one. And a lot of people were doing what do you call it? The challenge. People participated in a challenge, like singing, from celebrities to TikTokers. It was just all over. And I thought that it's very beautiful and it's worth commending, because I remember beginning of the year, we dedicated like almost an entire month to talking about the Nigeria Ghana music industry and the fact that Nigerians were supposedly not supporting the Ghana music industry, and this was championed by what do you call him? Shatawale. He was the one who started the whole conversation. So it was a lot of forth and back. And while I felt like his concerns were valid, I felt like the way he approached the whole situation was not the best. I felt like there was a better way he could have gone about it, but there was a whole lot of forth and back, like I said. And I intentionally didn't say anything about it at the time because, well, I dropped a comment on someone's video somewhere saying that for me, I have no reservations about Ghana music, and I enjoy it. So you guys know I've been to Ghana several, like twice. Yeah, I have Ghanaian friends. I follow some Ghanaian blogs, but the only challenge I have is the language because I don't understand tree. And most of the times when I go to these blogs that I follow, there's a very big and famous one on Instagram that I follow. But sometimes they tend to or share content mostly in tree, which I don't understand. So even when I want to follow the conversations, I get lost because I don't understand. And to a large extent, even in the music, it's somehow along that line. When you sing and your music is mostly in tree and I can't relate to it, then I'm inclined to not really consume it as much as I would consume other, songs that are sung in a language that I understand and I can relate to what the song is saying. So what Black Sherif has done with Kweku the Traveler is quite different. The song was released and everybody hopped on it because he sang in English, and what he sang in the song was kind of relatable to a lot of people. It was relatable to a lot of people, and people jumped on it. Like I said, in Nigeria here, it's trending, it's making waves all over, and I feel so happy. And just like every other person who has appreciated his song, I also appreciate it and appreciate his efforts. He's young and he's already getting it. So we can just wish him all the best and hope to get more bangers from him, more songs to get us dancing, to get us, thinking and to keep us entertained. Okay, so that's like the first one. So my Ghanaians, help me tell Black Sherif that from a Nigerian sister, we say congratulations and you should keep the songs coming. Someone says I'm Kofi the Traveler. You are not. I can't drive smart. You are not. Hi Sherry. Sherry, you're welcome. Welcome, welcome. Let me look at your comments. Greetings from Greetings, family, watching live from Veneto, Italy. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Maria is watching from SA. Yeah, Zanzi. You're welcome. Sherry, welcome, Sherry. Join me and be a blessing to Miss Grace, guys. Nothing is too small. Yeah, nothing is too small. Akan Traveler. Yeah, okay. He's talking to Prince Ayoko. So guys, I'm going to drop the link shortly so that if you want to join me, let me copy the link. If you want to join me live, I'm dropping the link now. You can click on it and I will add you. Okay. If you want to join me, yeah, I've dropped the link. So you click on the link and then I will add you to the conversation so you can join me. With regards to our first story, Kweku the Traveler by Black Sherif, that's pretty much it. So congratulations to him, like I said. And before I move to the next one, I also let me drop this. Give me a second, guys. I'm typing. Gmail.com. Okay. Yeah, so let's continue. um I've dropped the link, guys. If you are interested in coming live with me, like I said, this stream, this um Tales by Moonlight series is for all of us to express ourselves, share our opinions and all. So if you're interested, I've dropped the link. Click on it and join me live on the stream. Let's have the conversation. Okay. So you guys you guys, as you come in, hit the thumb up button. Yes, hit the thumb up button as you come in. You guys know I also travel, so um travels have been on hold for me. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the year that I would love to travel more within Nigeria, but that doesn't mean I'm going to travel outside Nigeria this year. In fact, I'm planning another trip, so I'm going to be sharing more information with you guys shortly as the plans, materialize. But while I plan, you can also support me in any way you can. It could be offering to host me in your country. You never can tell. So if you have a guest house, for instance, or you have an Airbnb, anything of that nature, and you're willing to host me or offer me a space so that I can promote your business or whatever it is you are doing, you can send me an email at virtuegraceblog.com, or you can send me a DM on Instagram at Virtue Grace, the same name, Virtue Grace on Instagram. You can send me a DM and then we can talk. Or it could be that when I show up in your country, you're going to be my tour guide. You take me around, you show me around your country to important places, or important places that you would like for me to feature on my channel. All of those things, if you are going to support in any way, you can send me an email at virtuegraceblog@gmail.com, or you can send me a DM on Instagram at virtuegrace. That's my Instagram handle. Okay. Of course, you can also support me via PayPal. That's my PayPal email on the screen. It goes a long way to help me to keep bringing content, to you just the way you like it. So, another interesting story that caught my attention this week that I thought to share with you guys was from Congo. Yeah. So, we know that DRC, the country that I love, I was in DRC, you guys remember, early last year I was in DRC and I had an amazing time. Congolese are amazing people. Of course, I had my challenge, which was, of course, the language barrier, French and Lingala, which were not like my strongest languages, but we pulled through and we made good memories there. In case you've not seen the videos, maybe you came to the channel afterwards, the whole playlist is on the channel. When you scroll down, you see the DR Congo playlist. You can binge watch to catch up on all that happened in Congo. So the story this week is that the Congolese authorities have said their resources are no longer going to be processed outside the country. And we know that Congo is the richest country in the world in terms of natural resource endowment. But if you go to Congo, you will see that that does not necessarily translate to gains. Being the richest country in the world in terms of natural resources is not lacking. We all know that. But when you see things on the ground, it's not really commensurate with the, rich status that the country has. And that's because for a long time, the resources are usually mined and then taken outside the country, to go and process and all of that. So now the government has decided that no, our resources are no longer going to be taken outside our country. If you are going to involve yourself in this business of mining our resources, then you have to process it within the country. And I felt like that was actually a good step in the right direction, because that's how you actually create job for your people. You reduce unemployment. If these countries are going to do business, or these corporations are going to do business, then they might as well have to invest in that country and pay taxes, contribute to developing the country's economy, employing locals, and all of that. So I felt like that's a good one as well. I feel like if more African countries start taking actions like this. In Nigeria, for instance, I know that one of the policies by the government is any um, company coming to Nigeria to do business, you have to um, by you know establishing your business in Nigeria and having Nigerians on the board, like having Nigerians as major stakeholders in your business. So that helps to keep, the wealth in the country and provides employment for people as well. So I feel like if more African countries begin to take steps like this, it's going to be a good one, provide jobs for our people, and help cut down the unemployment rate, and you know help keep the wealth back here. That way people will not have the need to keep running, leaving the continent to go and look for greener pastures elsewhere. So I'm waiting. I've dropped the link severally. If you're interested, I'm dropping it again. Come on, guys, join me, let's talk. I don't want to be the only person talking tonight, okay? I don't want to be the only person talking tonight. If you have any opinion, any contribution or addition to what I've said so far with regards to either Black Sherif song or um, the news from Congo, you can click there to join me. And as you come in, hit the thumb up button, okay? Hit the thumb up button and let's get the likes up. And of course, share the stream. So back to what we're saying about DRC. Um, DRC is actually recently the country also joined the East African bloc, which I felt like was also a good one because DR Congo actually is very close to Kenya. So it's, when you look at it, joining the East African bloc would also um, give it more access to uh, a larger market, basically a larger market for their resources, and for ease of movement within the continent. So people in East Africa now would not really require a visa to go to DR Congo and vice versa. So ease of doing business um, will be achieved. And I feel like that's how we all develop together. So let's see how this translates into tangible actions in the near future, where companies are establishing their uh, regional headquarters in DRC, for instance, where more Congolese get employed, and are actively involved in processing the resources of their motherland, and they're also benefiting from it, as against the um, old story of, oh, they mine and then they take it away from the country. And you guys know the stories, so it's a good one from Congo. So yeah, that's it. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're just joining in, hit the thumb up button, okay? Hit the thumb up button. And if you want to join me, like I've been saying, click on the link and I will add you to the conversation. This is not just about me, it's about all of us. So click and join me. Let's have conversation. I remember when I was doing live streams previously on my phone, some of you kept asking, oh, why are you not streaming on your computer so we can join you? Why are you streaming from your phone? How can we join? So yeah, this is it now. You can join now from here. We are no longer on the phone, so we can have everybody who wants to contribute to contribute. Then we move to outside Africa, and that's because this is also a good one. Majority of my viewers are, well, analytics tells me in America, so I am assuming, no, not assuming, a good number of you are my fellow Africans who live in America, either African Americans or continental Africans who have moved to America, in search of greener pastures and all of that. I want to say congratulations to you. This week you recorded a moment in history, basically, with the confirmation of Justice. Yeah, I'll call her Justice now. That's her new title, Justice Ketanji Brown, who is now the Chief Justice, or the Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, and she's the first Black woman actually to hold that position, the first Black person ever to occupy such a position. So I want to say congratulations to all of you, Americans, my American viewers. I can't let this go without me, acknowledging it and congratulating all of you, because um, it's a moment in history that is worth celebrating and worth talking about. And we hope that this is actually going to translate to, tangible changes for everyone in America in terms of justice administration and just feeling that sense of fairness, sense of equality. So, congratulations to all of you, my American viewers, especially the African American ones and the continental Africans who have moved to America and are living there. Congratulations to you. It's a moment in history that it's worth celebrating, like I said. Yeah. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is the US Supreme Court. Yeah. Yeah. So, congratulations, unique star. Congratulations to you, like I said, to my American viewers. That's a moment in history. And I think I followed some of the proceedings where she was being screened to be confirmed. And I followed the conversation online. A lot of people were really mad at the way that, yeah, Igbo in the US. Yeah, unique star. Good to know. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Have you given the stream a thumb up? If you've not, then do so. Give it a thumb up, okay? A lot of people were really mad at the way that she was questioned during the screening process and all. And a lot of conversation that, followed all of that. But we are glad at the end of the day, she was confirmed. That's all that matters. And like I said, congratulations. And we hope that changes would come every day, one day at a time. And, the changes that you have all hoped for, you have all prayed for, would eventually happen and be an inspiration to every single one of us. Happy the questionnaires are over. Yeah. I followed the conversation. A lot of people were really mad at the way that she was treated during the hearing and all of that. But yeah, it's all over now, and the goal has been achieved. She's been confirmed. Now let's see, it's over to her. She's been given the platform, and we hope that she'll be able to carry out her duties with fairness and, equity. She's going to not disappoint. So let's see. As you come in, guys, give it a thumb up. I can see more people are coming in. As you join the stream, give it a thumb up, okay? Thumb up like this, thumb up like this, and share the video. From most people, they are still observing her. They're in the USA, don't seem to trust her. She could be just a white mama like Obama. No, I know. The people always have their own reservations and, skeptical positions about certain things like this. But like I said earlier, let's hope that she performs her duties with fairness and, you know, she's able to serve all the American peoples just the way she is expected to serve without any prejudice. That's what we hope that she is going to do. She's appointed to serve the entire American people, regardless of their color, regardless of their race, regardless of their religious or social political beliefs and inclinations, all of those, just to serve everybody as Americans. We hope that she does that. And you see, when we hear these things or we see this moment in history happen in other parts of the world, we tend to celebrate it. But let's bring it back home to Africa. Let's bring it back home to Africa. Who says that we cannot also record historical moments like people record all over the world? Let's always give people the opportunities to serve. Let's give people the platforms to express themselves as far as they are qualified. So for her, she made it through because she qualified, um not necessarily because of her race. She wasn't put there because she's a black woman. No, she was put there because she is adequately qualified to serve in that position. That's why she was, selected by the president in the first place and eventually confirmed after going through that grueling process. So I feel like we also need to borrow a leaf when we see good things happening, because for us here in Africa, we only copy things that tend to benefit a select few, especially for selfish reasons. But things that would benefit the vast majority of us, we tend to overlook them. So as we are celebrating, we are congratulating her, congratulating Americans, we can also do it here in Africa. We have women who are qualified, we have young people who are also qualified adequately to take up positions, to serve. So, people like that should also be given opportunities in Africa, not just, seeing it happen elsewhere and feel like it's far away or it's far from reality, that it can't happen here. No, it can. And we look forward to an Africa where people would have opportunities not because they have connections to anybody anywhere, but because they are adequately qualified to take up positions. Those are the things we want to see. Doreen, happy Sunday. You're welcome. Bill Rivers, you're welcome. Hoping she brings changes for Black and African people because it's too much going on that's hidden. Yeah, hopefully. I can't trust anybody that can't define a woman. Oh, Bill Rivers, don't go there. Don't go there. That's ridiculous. I know where you are going. I know where that is coming from. Because you can't ask. I know. So she gave her answer, she gave her reason why she wasn't going to answer that question. Okay, so let's not start there. Let's not start. She's adequately qualified for her position, and except you're trying to fault your system that vetted her and eventually voted and confirmed her. You can't fault that. It was a whole process and we all watched and followed it. So yeah. Ime, okay, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, so it seems like you guys are not willing to join me in this conversation tonight. Why? She didn't answer because it was a trap. Exactly. And she's smart. That's when you know a smart person. And she's qualified. That, for me, I felt like that wasn't even a necessary question. But yeah, we are glad it's over now. Now it's over to her. And we see her perform. All right. We are back from America. We are back now to Africa. And now we are going to head to Rwanda. I was about to say Uganda. We are heading to Rwanda now. And in Rwanda, this week has been a week in Rwandan history where Rwandans usually come together to remember those who were impacted by the 1994 genocide and to also celebrate those who survived it and to also, you know, remind and learn from the past experience to ensure that such an ugly incident never happened. And I feel like it's something worth commending the Rwandan people and, talking about. Remember to, if you can join the conversation on Twitter, you can do so. Just, send them your goodwill message. And, let's remember our people in good and in bad times. It was a very sad event, and it's good that for the people of Rwanda, they've sought the way of reconciliation and they are moving forward. They've learned from their, you know, not so good past. They've learned from their sad past, and they're making a commitment to move forward as one people united and to make sure such an ugly incident never repeats itself. And I feel like that's commendable because a lot of things happen across our continent, and we refuse to learn from our past, and as a result of that, a lot of times these things keep repeating. And when I say this, my country Nigeria comes to mind. My country Nigeria comes to mind readily, so I'm not even talking about something far-fetched. I feel like when we learn from our past, we admit our mistakes and we commit to righting our wrongs, then we're on the path to um being better as a people. That is what I feel like even we as Nigerians, we need to learn and we need to emulate as well. We need to embrace the path of reconciliation, the path of righting our wrongs and committing to being better as a people moving forward. Honestly, so like I said, if you have a moment to spare, you can, after this stream, or not now, after the live stream, you can go to Twitter and join the conversation. The hashtag is Queen Booker. Let me type it so that you can, you know, when you go there, you can join conversation and we go 28 hashtag Kwibuka 28. Yeah, that's the hashtag. So when you go on Twitter, you can use that hashtag to join the conversation. Send the people of Rwanda your goodwill messages and just share this moment in history with them. That's why everyone needs to stop saying I'm from this or that tribe. All are Africans. Exactly. Exactly. You are very, very right. So tribalism is one of the major problems that we face as Africans. The fact that, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. I mean, it's good to have a sense of identity, knowing that you belong to a particular tribe, knowing that you speak a particular language, because that's what basically informs your worldview and how you interact with the world. But that should not move you to interact with the rest of your country people or with the rest of other Africans as though they are not Africans. Where you know we are Africans. That's the collective picture. We are Africans, the broader picture before any other thing. So personally, I usually take exceptions to people who meet me and maybe you ask me, where are you from? I say, I'm Nigerian, for instance, and then you start probing deeper. Which part of Nigeria? And Nigerians, we are fond of that. We are fond of that so much that I'm a Nigerian is enough. It's enough. Where I am from should not be the focus of discussion, because those are discussions, or those are the nuances that breed division more than any other thing. Because by the time you start digging deeper, already your stereotypes, because we already have stereotypes in our minds against certain tribes, against certain people. So based on all of those, you start having, oh, these people are this, these people are that, and we start to interact with people based on those stereotypes without really getting to know who that person is as an individual. you know and by not knowing that person as an individual, we miss out on the good that such a person or such people have to offer. We just shut down because of the stereotypes we've had about certain people. and that is doing us more harm than good. We need to stop it as Africans. We should embrace the fact that we are Africans. We are Ugandans. We are Namibians. We are Nigerians. We are
We are Africans. We are
okay. If we are going to identify on the country level, that's okay. We are Nigerians. That's all that matters. Let's come together and move Nigeria forward. If we identify as Ghanaians, that's all that matters. Let's come together and work to move Ghana forward. If we identify as Ethiopians, let's come together and move Ethiopia forward as Ethiopians, not fighting one another based on our tribe. Oh, you are this, you are that. It does no one any good. And that's the lesson that that's a lesson that Rwandans had to learn the hard way, and they've committed to getting it right moving forward. And I even heard that now in Rwanda, you are not allowed to discuss tribes, So if you ever plan on visiting Rwanda, don't go there and start asking people, oh, so you are Rwanda, which part are you from? Which tribe are you from? That can land you in jail. I actually heard that someone was actually arrested for that because he went there and started asking one of the Okada rider, oh, so you are from which tribe? Next thing, he was arrested and he was put somewhere. So it's steps, when you identify your problems and you identify steps on how to move forward, it helps you become better. And that's what Rwanda is doing. So I feel like it's something worth commending and it's something worth emulating as Africans. Let's learn from there and move forward. What's your okay? We have someone here. Welcome, Oshodi. Welcome. Thank you for being my first guest on the first episode of Tales by Moonlight. It's such an honor to have you as my first guest on this series that is going down in history on this channel. So thank you for honoring us with your presence. May we meet you, sir?
Hello, Virtual Grace.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, I want to sing a song
Can you speak
quickly.
up? Can you speak up?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but your volume is low.
Hold on, let me see. 1 second.
Okay. I've
Can you hear
increased
now?
my volume. Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm going to sing a song quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, Kweku frimpon the assemblebo. Kweku frimpon the assemblebo. Do you know what song that is?
No, please interpret it. What do you call it? Yeah, interpret. Tell us what it means.
That's Kweku the Traveler song. Another song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, quickly, I want to touch on the tribal thing that you were mentioning, right?
Yes.
It's a double-edged sword, and I'm going to put it this way.
Yeah.
Before the Europeans came, we had our kingdoms, we had our culture, we had our own way of life, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then the missionaries came and they introduced their way of life to us. Also introduced their way of naming us, brought their education. So now instead of Chinedu as first name and other traditional name like Babangida, now we are called John, Joseph, Paul, Jesus, and all that stuff. So you could see that in another 100 years, our traditional and cultural norms will be watered down very, very furthermore, right? Now, what I wanted to chip in regards to the tribal thing is that if we don't hold on to our cultural identities, then we are doomed as a people. If you go to Japan, I've been to Japan, right? Japan is a Western country, but everything in Japan is in their own traditional and cultural way. Now, there is culture and also there is what you call what we call being too proud of where you're from, and that's where tribalism comes from. It's two different things. Being proud to be an Igbo, or being proud to be Yoruba, or being proud to be Hausa, or being proud to be of any tribe. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. That's what our ancestors left with us to carry on for those who are coming to come and carry on our culture right now. Now, if we decide to leave it because we think that, oh, if I let people know what tribe I'm from, that means I'm being tribalistic, I think we are missing the mark a little bit. You know, we're trying to blend being well, people will say, oh, you are being racist because you're, you know, that's what we call, there's a word for it, I've forgotten what it's called. It's like being sorry, it will come to me. Yeah, it's like you're trying to shore up yourself that, oh, I'm bigger than you, as you know, this is my tribe, this land belongs to us. And that's what brought on the Biafra war, where, you know, the people of the land were thinking that our tribe were losing out, you know, from the national cake, even though the oil is coming from our place. So why should we lose out as a people? You get me? Whereas the Yorubas and the Northerners were also saying that, okay, this it's coming from your tribal lands, but the land, all Nigeria belongs to us. Okay, so that's where that's where it kind of blends in. That when is it not right to look at a tribe as, you know, as a people, and where is it right to look at your tribe as a culture? You know,
Okay.
so we can't just say both are the same, because being a Nigeria, our forefathers never created Nigeria. It's the white man who sat in Belgium and they decided to form Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Cameroon. If you go to Benin, Yorubas are in Benin, Yorubas are in Nigeria, because they just put a line there and divided the tribe. Right? It doesn't mean we are not still the same people. We are still the same tribe, but someone put a line. Now you're Togolese, so you think that your tribe is the Ewe tribe is different from in Togo is different from the Ewe tribe in Ghana. No, they are still the same tribe. Now that our children needs to know that there's nothing wrong with that. The only time when it's wrong, as you know, talking about tribe, is when you think that your tribe is superior. So when we're talking about tribe, we've got to be very careful and be distinct. Is that we need to know that the English-speaking part of Cameroon, the same people, you know, I remember there was a civil war. There was a war where a certain part of Nigeria was given to Cameroon. What about if those people were still in Nigeria? They would still be part of their tribe in Nigeria, which means that's the tribe. But now they are in Cameroon, so now they are Cameroonians. No, you are Nigerians. So the tribe is what? Is it two different tribes now? Two different people? Because one is in Nigeria, one is in Cameroon? No. So that bit, we still need to hold on to our culture. You get me? The reason why East Africa is coming together is what President Kenyatta said, and I agree with him. He said that Tanzania, Kenya, Burundi, Uganda, parts of Congo, and all that, they are all the same people. They speak the same language. Even if the language differ, they're all kind of Luo and all those kind of, you know, Nilotic people. They are the same people. So he said that why should we carry on with these borders? He said this, I think, last month or 2 months ago. It means that they are the same tribe. That we need to pursue. We need to look at ourselves, regardless of artificial borders, and make sure that we hold on to our cultures, which is where we come from. The white man will look at any type of African and say that you are black. They don't care. They don't know where you're from, because they see you as you're from this, you know, Africa. But we know the distinct that this is my culture, and we can't just water everything down and say that, oh, don't talk about tribe because you're tribalistic. No, there's nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. So that's where I was trying to let us be distinct. I hear a lot of people recently talking about, oh, don't talk about, you know, your tribe. And most of those people are people who come from the smaller tribes, thinking that the bigger tribes are bullying them. But if you've got a smaller tribe, be proud of it. And it doesn't matter where you're from. You know, showcase your tribe. As long as you're not being a bigot and trying to overdo things like, oh, Yoruba, I'm Yoruba, going around saying that, oh, my tribe is bigger than, or we are better or more brilliant, being a bit, kind of. So that's what I'm trying to say. I won't say much.
All right.
Thank you very much
All right.
for,
Thank you
yeah,
very much, Mr. Oshodi,
thank you.
for your opinion. Is very much respected, and I agree with you in some parts. There are some parts though that I would like to maybe take a little bit of a different stand, because the truth is, yes, okay, let me start off with this, your some of your last points, and then I'll move back. Can you guys see this picture? I saw this yesterday on social media. Can you see that? Zambia, Namibia, uh, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. Can you all see what is dividing these four countries? Is the river. Can you see that? But before the colonial borders, this would be like kingdoms of people who were easily probably crossing on this water body, trading amongst themselves and doing things without requiring maybe visas and all of those um travel protocol for them to cross over and interact with one another. But the artificial borders have come, and now they are all separate countries and all of that. This is the in agreeing with what you said with regards to what President Kenyatta said. This is the kind of thing we are talking about. We were one people before these colonial borders happened, but now that these colonial borders have happened, the truth is now tribe has been used as a tool to polarize us as a people. So a lot of us put tribe forward before any other thing. And as I speak here, I'm very proud of my tribe. I'm proud of my culture. I'm proud of my heritage. I say it everywhere, even on this channel. I say it. I'm a thief person from Benue State. This is it. But I don't put that ahead of me as, oh, I'm thief before any other thing. I see myself as a Nigerian, and anything I do, I'm going to do it in the interest of Nigeria, because I love who I am as a thief person, where I come from, and I do not
Yeah,
see myself as a thief person being superior to any other person. I see all of us. They say charity begins at home. So because I love my tribe, I love my people, I love myself, I want the best for all of us. I want
yeah,
peace to reign in Benue as much as I want peace to reign in Plateau State, because those people in Plateau State, Plateau is also their home. That is where the ancestral roots is, and they want to live there in peace and have peace all the time. So
yeah,
if I interact with a Plateau person based on this mindset, then I know that we are one people inhabiting this space called Nigeria. Even though it was not a creation of ours, we're different kingdoms, but we're living as neighbors. So now
yes.
that they've brought us together as one people, let's live as one people, regardless of the fact that you are Yoruba, you are Angas, you are Fude. We are all the same people.
But
So let's put
Virtual Grace, I'm not cutting you off.
sorry, let me land.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sorry. I'll
Mm,
soon learn. So
yeah,
let's keep the identity of pride, of tribe. I'm not saying we should not embrace our cultures and pass our cultural practices down to our next generation. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. By all means, pass it down, because I tell you what, our cultures, our cultural values, if we embrace them and teach them, then they aim at molding us into morally responsible adults who would interact with the world in a way that is not destructive. You understand? So
yeah,
let's embrace this, but at the same time, let's treat people as we are one people, we are one Nigeria, we are one Sierra Leone, we are one Ghana, we are one Cameroon. If we see ourselves as that, then we are not going to, because see, you go to Cameroon, for instance, these people are saying we are Anglophone, and based on that, they are doing. that's the most ridiculous of it all. This anglophone is a foreign language. This one speaks English, this one speaks French, francophone, anglophone. So in the anglophone region now, they are there fighting. Why? Because they've been marginalized. They feel like they've been marginalized, and they've not really been involved in the whole collective Cameroonian national narrative. So now they are disgruntled, they're agitating for a separate country of theirs. So you see where all of this comes from. But if we
Yeah.
see every one of us as one Cameroon, one Nigeria, one Uganda, one Zambia, then we'll move forward. But by all means, we are still Igbo, we are still Hausa, we are still Efik, we are still a Ibibio. We'll all come together and celebrate our cultures from time to time. We'll teach our children, we teach, the younger generations about our cultural values. That's the point I'm saying. I'm not saying we should discard our cultures or we should discard our languages and embrace something else. Let's, as much
Uh,
as possible, embrace the fact that we are Nigerians and
mm,
treat each other with respect, with unity, while also embracing and celebrating our languages and not lording over others. Because
mm,
in Nigeria now, you know what our problem is. This whole Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, you say these ones are majority, these ones are minority. So because of that, we feel like these ones are superior to others. But we are all Nigerians, isn't it?
yeah.
So that's the point I'm
Yeah.
making.
Thank you. And I think what you just said now also aligns with what I was saying earlier,
Yes.
that there are two types of looking at the tribal issue. Because if you take Nigeria, for instance, it's like, I won't even talk about the smaller, because all the smaller tribes actually still falls within the three major groups. You get me? So Nigeria is like three large ethnic groups put together as a country, and we all know why. I don't need to go into that right now. And the reason why Nigeria has always been in turmoil is because these three large ethnic groups trying to dominate the other. One said, "Oh, you are always in power." This one said, "Oh, you are all traders." This one say, "Oh, you are all too intellectual." I mean, I'm talking in metaphor, and I think you understand where I'm coming from in
Yeah.
regards to that. Yeah. Now, if we look at a country like Ghana, you said you've been to Ghana.
Yeah.
They speak Chi, you can't understand, but Chi is not actually the language of the capital, which is Accra. But because
Mm-hmm.
there's majority of the Chi speaking people in the country, it kind of make it easier for Ghanaians to kind of uh, be peaceful in a way, because there's one large group like the Akan tribe, which is bigger, like say 40% or 45% of the population. If you look at the people from Accra, I think they are from where you are from that area. They are originally from Nigeria. Their history, they are from Nigeria. That's the tribe that came on the boats and came to Ghana. So if you have a country like Ghana, it's always going to be less turmoil compared to Nigeria, because that's where the tribal conflict comes from. And that type of tribalism is where we need to guide against. Where, say, me as a Yoruba man will be saying that, why are Hausa ruling too much? Why is only this tribe in power? Rather than a
Mm-hmm.
competent person, we're always looking at the tribe first. Why is Babangida or President Buhari's people always in power? Rather than, oh, President Buhari is competent, that's why he's in power. So that type of tribalism is what we need to fight against. So I agree with you 100%. But when it comes to culture, if you take a country like America, like places like New Orleans, places like Georgia, places like the South, where they have the culture of, they actually hold their cultural activities every year. New Orleans, where they always have this cultural. No, I'm not talking about the gay and thing that they do. There are other cultural norms that they perform every year. The blacks there, because blacks have been in America for so long, they've also formed a tribe, whether we like it or not. They've been there for 400-500 years, and they form a culture, the African American culture. So whether we like it or not, and people saying, "Oh, don't talk about tribe," that is also a tribe in itself. Now they're looking for reparations. The reason why they're looking for reparations is because their ancestors were oppressed, and they don't think that they've actually got into the national cake. So that tribe of people is looking to the government to actually compensate them. But the government doesn't want to do it. Now they're bringing for, I don't know how many people of Ukraine that they're bringing into America to compensate them with millions of dollars, which should be going to this African American tribe. You get me? So when we look at tribe, there's so many angles to it. We need to conserve our tribal norms. If you go to Spain, every year there's a particular tribe that they run, and then there's bulls and cows chasing them. I think you've seen it, where bulls and cows are chasing them, and they jump out of the arena. It's a tribal norm that they do every year. In Yoruba, we've got the Eyo. We do it every year. All these are tribal norms which comes from the past. So we need to be able to try and look after all these things for our future. Like you were saying that your tribe is very small. Your tribe is not small, trust me. It's just that there's a lot of people out there who don't talk about it because they think that it's insignificant. But if you, with a large base on YouTube, start propagating, or find someone from your tribe to start a channel dedicated to your tribe, you will see people in America who travel to America, Britain, who will start getting interested in it. There's one chap who I've got a tribal channel on YouTube. I've forgotten his name. And what he does is he puts people who are famous from a particular tribe together. And then you start seeing people who start joining. Now he's got millions of followers, well, thousands of followers. You get me? So you don't ever say that your tribe is small, or don't ever look down on your tribe. Now, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about everyone. Our culture is from way back before those people who were in the caves even came out. We had our culture. It comes all the way from Ethiopia, Sudan, Egypt, the old world, before it came into South Africa and then end up down south, like towards the Bantu regions of the Southern Africas, So yeah, that's what I was trying to chip in.
Yeah, you are you are right. You are right. Your submissions are right. You are valid. The whole flesh or meat of the conversation is we should embrace our tribes, be proud of our tribes and our cultures, but we shouldn't let that impede how we interact with our compatriots in our countries, and interacting with people in a negative way that impacts negatively the collective outcomes of our existence as people in that country. For instance, Nigeria. I'm just going through the comments here. Some people are saying, oh, the issues in Nigeria, for instance, are very complex. Nigeria has, like, in Nigeria we have about 250 ethnic groups, right? So that's a lot. That's a lot, and it's very complex. So if we are going to treat people based on tribe, okay, because you are from this tribe somewhere, so you can't have a seat at the table, that's where tensions will start building up and people start feeling disgruntled. But if we are going to move forward, then we should look at the goal of moving Nigeria forward. We are Nigerians, develop. We want the collective good for all of us. So, like you said, once you are qualified, you sit at the table. Regardless of if your tribe is just one person, you are qualified adequately to lead Nigeria, to be the
Yes.
president, to be the governor of your state or anything. By all means, you go on. You have a chance, at bringing your gift, your skills, your expertise to the table, so that we all move forward. So
Mm,
thank you for sharing.
thank you. So I'm going to leave you now.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate your coming, for being my
All right.
first guest on this Tales by Moonlight episode. I appreciate you. Send me your email, Mr. Oshodi. Send me your email, please. I'd like to be in touch with you. I know you are still in the chat, so send me your email, for being the first guest on the show in this Tales by Moonlight series. Thank you for the valid contribution that you've also made to the conversation tonight. So, guys, Thank you all for tuning in. Like you've seen, I've dropped the link to the stream in the chat room. So if you're interested in coming up, just join me. Someone asked a question earlier about what I think about the is it Young, Rich and Famous? I don't know. I can't remember. But it's a series. It's a series. Honestly, I don't have an opinion on that as at now as I speak with you, because I only watched the first episode, like yeah, first episode. I watched just the first episode, and that's pretty much it. I've not gone back to watch it, all the episodes, and all I've been seeing in the media is just people's, opinions about the whole thing. I didn't watch, to be honest, so I really can't say it. But what do you think? What's your own opinion about it? You asked the question, so if you have something to say about it, click on the link in the description, not in the description box. Click on the link in the chat room and come up, so we can have conversation. Let me react to some of your comments that you dropped in the chat box while we were having the conversation. Um, Colonizers know they can separate based on tribes, and it has been done before, and especially Nigeria, they will try it again. Yeah, so we've had conversation about tribe, and let me see. Um, my question is, how are we all gonna come together? African Americans and Africans. I like the conversations, and you see the good thing is social media has come with its own good, and I like that a lot of people are utilizing social media for the good that it has to offer. Sometimes I just stroll to TikTok casually, and I see people, making videos of how they traveled from America to different African countries for the first time, and they are African Americans, and they share their experiences of how they were received. They post all of those videos and all. So I feel like it starts from there. One, with having an open mind that we are the same people, because when this whole conversation started, a lot of people say, oh, we heard that Nigerians, for instance, they call us certain derogatory names, they do this, they do that, they feel like continental Africans are harsh and not welcoming. But when people take steps and come, a lot of the times the stories are usually different and positively different, so to say. So we can start from there by having conversations like this, and by all means connecting with people as much as you can connect. You might not be able to afford a ticket to travel to the continent, but social media is here. You can connect with people. There are a lot of people that I get to talk with today. I've never met them one on one, but just having platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and all of that help us to connect with people and to see, have genuine relationships and conversations with people that are really uplifting, not relationships that take away or wear you down. So we can start from there, and of course only move forward from there. Appreciate this truthful discussion among continental Africans. Thank you. Thank you. The situation in Nigeria is so complex than anyone. I agree, but we'll move forward. Um, I was born in Nigeria. My father from the Republic of Benin, my mom from Togo. I am proud African. Exactly. So for you now, you have like triple nationalities. You can call yourself a Nigerian, call yourself a Togolese, call yourself a Beninese. So you see, you are an African. That's all that matters. Of course, your parents have their cultures and their tribes, but for you, you look at it holistically. That is who you identify as, and it's not bad. It's good. So someone says it depends on the region you are in Ghana. In Accra, there is certain district or community in Accra that speaks strictly Ga and English. Yeah, so for instance, if you go to, I think, Jamestown, you go to Osu, you find people in Osu, for instance, because when I go to Ghana, the two times I was in Ghana, I stayed in Osu. You know that people in Osu, they speak Ga, they are Ga. And if you go to Jamestown people, they also speak Ga because that's their own language. So as much as people speak Chi in Ghana, people also have their languages that they speak. Just that Chi seems to be like the most popular or most commonly spoken language. The biggest issue is that, well, let me pin this so that I can read it. The biggest issue is that African nations don't trade or communicate with each other, and I find that to be counterproductive. I agree with you. We need to strengthen trade amongst ourselves and strengthen communication, So, yeah. Watch Virtue Grace travels. I have seen so many similarities among the different countries than differences. I agree with you. I'm going to pin that as well. So for me, I've traveled to quite a few countries so far. And talking about travels, of course, I'm going to continue travels. I've just put my leg on the brake and held the brake down for a while, but I'm going to travel again. So when I started the stream earlier, I was talking about, if you are willing to support my travels in any way that you can, of course, you can do that. You can send me a DM on Instagram. And that brings me to the next conversation. If you are not following me on Instagram, are we enemies? Are we fighting? My Instagram handle is Virtue Grace. So you can go there, follow me. We keep the conversations going. And you want to support my travels in any way. Maybe you want to offer to be my guide when I get to your country. You can send me a DM on Instagram, or you can send me an email at virtuegraceblog at gmail.com. That's my email. Or you can send me a DM on Instagram, Virtue Grace. Let me drop my email. virtuegraceblog at gmail.com. That's my email. So you can send me an email. Maybe you have a guest, you have a guest room to spare, and you are willing to give it out to use to host me in your country. By all means, I will appreciate that, because it also helps me to, save some costs that I might incur. And also, yeah, you can send me a DM or a message on via email, and I would respond to you. Those of you who have been sending me emails and DMs, you'll attest to the fact that I always respond to my DMs or emails. So you can send me, or you have a business and you want me to maybe a hotel, or you're in the hospitality space and you want to offer me a space to stay so I can promote your resort, your hotel, your guest house, any of that, you can, send me a message on Instagram or a DM or an email, and I would respond. Or you want to offer to be my guide in your country, of course, do that as well. I appreciate that. All of those help make the travel experience more seamless, and helps me to make more videos to showcase your country in a way that is truly you know what your country is, that represents your country authentically. So yeah, you can send me a message. And of course, if you want to support financially, you can also send me support via PayPal. I'm typing. Give me a second, guys. I'm typing. Yeah, so that's my email, my PayPal email I just dropped. So if you want to support either financially, you can also do that. That helps me in planning my trips and helps me to keep bringing you videos that you love. Okay, so Africa Amaze, thank you very much. You have so much to say. Okay, come on, let me drop the link. You can join me live, and you also make your own contribution. I know some people don't like to show their faces on camera. That's okay. You can come on and turn off your camera if you don't want your face showing, um, or have the conversation. We value all of your opinions and all of your contributions. So bring it on. Africa Amaze is my brother from Ghana, and he's also a content creator, amazing person. So you can also check him out, Africa Amaze. He's a very good storyteller as well. You'll enjoy his videos. Yeah, so Africa Amaze, how are you doing? You can click on the link to join me live if you want to. Let me look. Um yeah, so I was talking about the similarities. There are a lot of similarities that I've seen in the countries that I've visited so far. The only country that was remarkably different was Ethiopia, and we understand that for obvious reasons. Ethiopia is um like was never colonized, so they never had any external influence. And yeah, that's it. Their culture is still very much there. Or but other than that, the other countries I've been to, we are very, 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 very similar. I see more similarities than differences as well. mm, Tribalism is one of the reasons Nigeria is so, yeah, I agree with you. Tribalism is the bane of the Nigerian state, and not just Nigeria, a lot of other African countries as well. So that's why I'm happy that for Rwanda, they've learned from their past and they are committing to a path of peace, reconciliation, and to ensure that it never repeats itself. And I feel like we should all learn from them as well and take a similar path. Oh, I'm sure this person is talking about what do you call it? The young is it young African and famous? I be famous African and I can't even remember the name of the show, but yeah, girl Annie Dibia's brokenness, sadness is so apparent on the show. All those African American YouTubers see it and they don't know about her before the show. Yeah, I think she was one of the persons that a lot of people had a lot to say about. So yeah, like I said, I only watched the first episode and I haven't watched it. I've not been following it, so I really don't have um much to say. So guys, that's it. And then another one another story that actually caught my attention this week was from Zambia. Actually, two from Zambia. But the first one is the fact that the news reported that the Zambian president has gone for 8 months without salary. He was voted in, I think August last year, where they had their general election, and then the current president um won and assumed office, and it's 8 months already. And it was reported that he's not taking any salary for the past 8 months. And a lot of people had opinions about it. People were, basically it was positive. People were commending him for that. And I felt like, okay, I'm going to ask, what do you guys think about that? For me, I feel like that's a noble thing to do as a president. Of course, he's entitled to his salary, but if he has decided to go without it, then that's also a noble thing to do. And his reason is that the salary or the money was not his motivation for running or offering to serve the people of Zambia. He offered to serve because he wanted to serve, he wanted to make change happen in the country, and it wasn't really the money. That's why for 8 months he hasn't taken the money. I felt like, oh, that's actually good. If money stops being the motivation for politicians or people who offer themselves to occupy political offices, especially elective positions, then I think we are going to be on a good path forward as Africans, because we know that sometimes when we look at the actions of these our leaders, we just see that clearly the interest of the people wasn't the first reason for why they went for such positions, but the gains that they want to take from occupying such positions. So um It's commendable. It's commendable what Zambian president has done. 8 months without a salary, and is performing. Um, at least so far, Zambians haven't said anything negative about his administration. It seems like he's actually performing well. So we say kudos, we commend him, and we again we hope that more of this are, in Nigeria now, our country is also warming up. Next year is our general election, and as usual the vampires are out. So everybody is willing, is I want to be president, I want to run, I want to run, I want to run. And then you ask, what is your manifesto? Nothing, no manifesto. So they're just there shouting, I want to run. And we know what it is about. So if more people would be like the Zambian president, then it will be a good one. Service first, then gains secondary. So we've been up for 1 hour. Oh, it's 1 hour already. Didn't feel like it. Marie says, respect. Let me pin this. By the way, welcome, Marie. I saw your chat earlier. I tried to respond to it. It went up. Respect for such a selfless act is in order, exactly, and he should be commended. Many others will not take such a noble step. Exactly. Not it's very rare, because even when people offer themselves to serve and claim, oh, I'm not running because of the money, I want to serve. The moment they get into the office, you see, it becomes like a 360 degrees turn overnight. But this is someone who, even from his campaign, he kept saying, oh, he's here to serve, and actually he's here, and he's keeping to his promise to the people of Zambia. So that's a commendable thing. Hi, Africa
Hi.
Amaze, welcome. Good to
Thank you so
see
much
you.
for having me on the show. Good to see you too.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Great.
So you're officially our second guest on our Tales by Moonlight series. So
Oh, that's great.
congratulations and
That's great.
welcome. So you are
Thank
going down
you.
in my
Thank you
history
so
books as well. I'm documenting. So
Thank
I'm
you so much
documenting.
for having me.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
So
So hi.
I've been following the discussions that have been going on, and I
Yeah,
find it quite fascinating because Africa is this kind of one giant place where mostly when you listen, I don't do so much of travels across the continent, but with a few places that I've visited, and sometimes when you hear or when you see places, because of channels like yours, it has given us the opportunity to be able to see some other places. And sometimes when you mute the audio or you choose not to listen to the language that is going on there, you think maybe those are scenes from your backyard, because Africa is almost like one whole place. So the people are complaining about something that it's so real, like you can virtually relate to it, but just that the person is just speaking another language. But in
exactly.
terms of geography, the person's color, the person's stature, you realize that no, this could just be my brother, next door, because
Mhm.
we are all kind of like one people. Unfortunately,
True.
because we are also kind of like under such an umbrella, our problems are kind of also almost universal. In as much as the problems might differ from country to country, but I feel like the issue of an issue of tribalism, for example, it's kind of like a very universal issue across Africa. I've observed it across board, and I've realized that almost every African country is kind of grappling with this problem here and there. Let me give you an example. In the early 2000s, there was this research that was conducted in Ghana, and as part of the questionnaires, they wanted to ascertain whether the Ghana project, Ghana as a country, because the Ghana project was, let's say the Gold Coast project was a colonial project, let me put it that way, because it was a project to bring together kingdoms to form a country, which was later named Ghana after independence. So they wanted to ascertain whether this whole Gold Coast, which later became Ghana, whether this project is actually feasible, whether this country would actually work. And during this research, they actually asked people, where does your allegiance belong? And in the paper, we had the various points there were my family, my tribe, my home. And these were the main things that were in this questionnaire. And once they sent it out, you wouldn't believe the results at the end of the day that was collated from all the regions in Ghana. Amazingly, things that said my tribe was blazing around 80s to 90%. Then things that said my allegiance is to the Ghana project as a country, my allegiance to the country Ghana or the entity Ghana was trailing around 10%, whilst my family was even above the country Ghana. So people felt more allegiance to family, and people felt more allegiance to their tribes. And the Ghana project was last. It was at the bottom. So people were seeing themselves more of tribesmen and maybe people from certain clans or families, people seeing themselves as being part of this broader entity called Ghana. So even though we might be one country, and this is just about 2000, so just a few years ago. And so even though we've been having independence, or most African countries have come from a background, you realize that even in today, we are still being hunted by most of these things, because even though we are in one country, it's still kind of becoming like a fallacy, because people still owe allegiance, or people still see that they belong more to a certain tribe than belonging to, let's say, Nigeria, or let's say someone saying I belong to a country called Ghana. So in that case, I think on a broader scale, that is also affecting our growth as a continent and as countries within this said continent, because some people are not giving things that are due them, because sometimes you go somewhere and because you are not from a certain tribe, or because you don't belong to a certain clan, you'll be denied certain or you are not given access to those kind of things. And history has taught us that numbers play a very key role, even in military conquest back in the days. If you look at your history, almost all the African countries, or even less beyond Africa, even the Greek army, history in general has been people with large numbers. And so when you have a very dominating tribe like that, mostly the dominating tribes, or let me say the tribes with the most higher number of people in each geographical area, are the worst perpetrators of this. Because in the past, you had these people overlording, or let me say they were the overlords over the so-called smaller tribes, or maybe they had conquered them. But sometimes for me, I try to diffuse some of these arguments by telling them that, look, for example, there is this current one happening in Ghana where a bigger tribe it's still trying to lord over another so-called smaller tribe, and it's a huge fight even between the two kings of the two kingdoms. And the main issue here is that they say, we colonized you, or maybe before the Ghana project, we conquered your tribe. So even in today's modern Ghana, we still expect you to bow to us, or we still expect you to behave in certain ways that are not contrary to our laws. And the smaller tribes' argument is that now we owe allegiance to you at a certain point in time. However, you suddenly forgotten that when the British came, you guys were also conquered, and you were kept under the umbrella, and all of us were brought under one umbrella, and we now form an entity called Ghana, or the country called Ghana. So no one at this point has the legal right to call themselves the owners of a country, or no one has the moral right to say, I would have to own everything, or I will have to always be at the forefront of affairs. Now we are all together, and we must see each other as one. And like I've kind of done a little bit of reading across Africa, and we've kind of have this kind of similar problems running through all the countries. And for me, I'm looking at the day where the continent, each tribe within every country, we don't see ourselves as tribes. Yes, like your initial submissions, the initial person who joined, who joined first.
Yeah.
The conversation was very interesting, especially for me. The point where your ideas kind of converge was really very interesting for me, because at the end of the day, the argument is not to discard our traditions, or let me say our language, but it's about also recognizing that we've gone beyond just being belonging to our tribes. We are now part of a bigger umbrella. So we should look beyond. Instead of calling myself, let's say, I'm from this tribe or I'm this tribe, it's gone beyond just the tribe. We've now accepted to be part of a whole entity that we must now recognize that our brothership, or let's say the brotherhood, has gone beyond our let me say, within our tribe. So we must start looking at it that way. And for me, like I said, because it's a fascinating topic, I've engaged lots of experts, and there is a university here in language department at the University of Education here in Ghana, and they are conducting a research, and the findings for me, it's really humbling. And I keep telling every tribe, and the truth is that they are saying that from about 200 to 300 years from now, certain tribes are going to go extinct, and not even some of the big tribes are going to be spared. And let me show you some of the some of the ways to verify this. Let's say if you pick a certain tribe, and let's say you have English is your main lexicon, let me say the main language used in communication. Pick your local language and see if you can speak continuously, or say things in your language continuously for, let's say, even 5 minutes without adding one English line, or maybe adding
Word.
whether you are a French speaking country, whether you can speak your language without adding French inside. That it's a clear sign of gradual diminishing of our languages. So whether we like it or not, there's this day will come, whether 100 years, 200, 300 years will come, these tribes are going to go extinct. Whether we like it or not, that's going to be the reality. And so for me, I think that instead of looking at fighting each other, or owing allegiance to these tribes, yes, let's keep the tribes, because it's very important to keep roots, or let me say, to be mindful of your roots, because I always say a tree that doesn't know its roots will not even be sure of the fruits is going to bear, because you need to
Yeah.
know the roots that you have in order to know the fruits that you bring forth. So for me, it's about keep the tribes, keep your traditional whatever that you have to do, but don't let it override your sense of national identity, or your sense of brotherhood to all your other African brothers, or maybe all the other brothers residing within your country. So for me, that is the goal that I look at the end of the day. And I wish that all Africans will begin to have this kind of look, or we all look at it from this lens at the end of the day. That's the little I have to share.
Exactly. Position, because tribalism, when we use tribe as a tool to divide a tribe, when we use tribe as a tool to, to impede development, to impede peace, and it does no one any good at the end of the day. Nobody thrives
Sure.
in an environment where there's chaos, there's anarchy, sometimes orchestrated by tribalism. So that's I'm glad that we are all agreeing on this point. I'm not the only one seeing it that way. I see we are all seeing that,
Right.
okay, now we are more than our tribes, and we should look beyond our tribes, beyond tribe. How can we chart the way forward now that whatever creation, how can we live together without using tribe to, you know impede our peace? That's the goal, basically. So I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much for sharing, guys. Africa
Thank
Amaze
you.
is also a content creator, like I said. So um ah this my moderators, I don't know, let me make you so that you can drop your link for people to subscribe.
Right.
can't do that here.
Right. People can they can just search for Africa Maze. The name is just
Yes,
Africa Maze.
his channel is Africa
Or
Amaze. Just
right.
type Africa Amaze. You'll see his channel Africa Amaze. That's the name on the screen. So once you type, you see that's his channel picture. You see the picture there as well. Once you click, you just type Africa Amaze. It pops up, you see the picture. Subscribe to his channel. He's an amazing content creator, storyteller, and you're going to enjoy him. So you can hear his contribution. You know that this is someone who has something of value to add as well. When you click on his video, you're not wasting your time and your data. You know that you're going to get value for your time and your resource. Yeah. And someone
Right.
said something here that is very true. Observing the people who work in the airport discriminate against someone from another country is the worst thing. This is the worst. This was heartbreaking when I witnessed it. Yeah, a lot of people complain about this. I've experienced
Yeah.
it as well. I've experienced it as
I've,
well in
I've,
one
I've
of these
I've also
countries.
experienced it. My, my
Uh-huh.
my first time in Nigeria, I had problems at the airport because I got there because I was actually in a convoy. I was moving with some Hollywood film directors because we were coming actually for a film festival, and we were having an interaction. And once we walked past the custom area, they actually took interest in my bag. Meanwhile, I was working with this white guys, and why do you take interest in me? They wanted to see what is in my bag, and they allowed them to pass. I was like, no, sir. With all due respect, you need to search his bag as well, because we're all unfortunately it was even camera gear we were having, and it was the same type of bag, and we're almost in the same kind of costume because we're all in the same t-shirt, but the only black person among them. So why do you target me in my own continent? I mean, I'm not Nigerian, but in my own continent, and
Yeah.
I'm just like you. Why do you target me? And I was like, no, with
That's
all due respect, if you have to search me, search them too.
so you see that's the problem, because a lot of the times other people have a free pass because they don't look at us. And when you look at it again, you now begin to ask, is it inferiority complex that is our problem? Because we feel like because maybe some people are a certain color, they are not capable of certain things. But because this one is the
Yeah.
same color with me, this person can do this. Like in your case now, they let them pass, but they were on you. Is it that they were afraid of those people, but they felt like, oh, because this one a fellow black person, I am going to target this person. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing across
Yeah.
Africa, and it's a trend that is becoming very worrisome. So I don't support officials at the airport in my country doing it to anybody, because I won't like it done to me in any other country as well, because I'm not from that country. But it's a trend that has been going on. Like I said, I also experienced it in one of the countries that I went to. Just because of my green passport in my hand, I was profiled at the airport. Like it was as if maybe I was like the way the police officer, the airport police officer came to me aggressively.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And it wasn't like I was doing anything, no. Just this my normal travels. We just landed at the airport. We just cleared our bag. We're just waiting, and that's it. Not like we're doing anything suspicious. We just came because I had a green passport.
Yeah.
Hey, who are you? Let me see your passport. Where are you from? Like, why me? Other people were there. Why me? So it's crazy. And a lot of people have shared different stories of this kind of happenings, this kind of discriminations at the airport. You know, it's bad. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I know that people have uncovered a lot of things. Different things happen that are
Yeah.
against the country's maybe laws and policies. But if you are going to treat your citizens a certain way, because for instance, if I travel to a country and I get into that country, maybe I'm going with a citizen of that country, and you let your citizen pass, but you decide because I'm not a citizen, you are going to treat me in a way that is dehumanizing. What makes you feel like that citizen of yours that I traveled with, I couldn't have used that citizen to pass whatever it is I wanted to pass into your country. Do you understand? So if you are going to search
Yeah,
our
most of
bags,
them.
for instance,
Yeah,
search my bag, search your citizen's bag, because anybody could do anything. But no, they
yeah.
let the other one pass because this one is our citizen, and then they face me because I'm not a
Crime,
citizen.
crime has no color.
Exactly. Crime has no color, no nationality, no ethnic,
Yeah,
ethnicity, whatever. We are all humans and we
yeah,
are capable of crime and all. So that's how we should push this conversation. We're not
sure.
discriminating against others because they are not from a particular place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I also think, yeah, this person is also agreeing it's in the inferiority complex as well. Yeah, I feel like it is because a lot of black people cannot face a white person. When they see a white person, they start shaking like, hey, Oga, Oga. Hey, they feel like, like some demigod. But when they see a black person, that's when they have power. Hey, you come here, this one is it's crazy. It's crazy. But we hope that we can see changes with time, especially when it
Sure.
happens and you don't keep quiet. You talk about it, and the right
Right.
authorities, it gets to the right authorities and they take action. Then with
Yeah.
time, all this can happen. I mean, it's happening all across Africa, and it's not a good development. So we should address it. Yeah,
Yeah.
guys, so we've had, I think, I would say we've had a successful outing today for our first episode. And like I said, this is going to be an ongoing series that we are going to be having. So if you've not checked Africa Amaze, check him, Africa Amaze, check his channel, subscribe to his channel, show him some love, tell him thank you for coming. He's our second guest on our first episode, our pioneer episode of Tales by Moonlight. So we are going to look back on this day in our history on this channel and say, oh, when we started, he was the second guest we had on our very first episode. So it's such an honor that
Sure.
you've come on to honor us with your
Thank
presence and
you.
your valid contributions. I really do appreciate you for coming. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
And it's amazing that technology is giving us such platforms because all the way from Ghana, I'm able to join and we are having
Yeah.
this conversation. I mean, this
Yes.
truly amazing. And I pray that at least the little that we as content creators also has to do, will also contribute our quota to at least fast tracking this process of getting Africa to where it's supposed to be.
Exactly, exactly. I agree. Thank you. All right,
Okay.
guys. So,
All right.
like I
Bye.
said, all right. Good night. Good night. So like I said, guys, this is going to be an ongoing series. We are going to have this every Sunday, 7 p.m. GMT plus one. And you just come in, and as the week, you know, unfolds, you have all those interesting stories from your countries, stories about innovation, stories about discoveries, about just those kind of stories that you want to tell about your country that will make you proud, you put your country out there in a good light and all. You can send them to me in the course of the week on my Instagram via DM. Virtue Grace, that's my Instagram handle. So that means if you're not following me, you also follow me on Instagram, Virtue Grace. We can connect there as well. Send me DMs with your stories, and we'll all converge on Sundays at 7 p.m. GMT plus one to have conversations like this, and just connect more, discuss ways to move our country forward, to unite ourselves more as Africans, and just overall improve our continent as a place that we'll all be proud to live and call our home. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week Sunday at same time, same venue. Make it a date with me. And like I said, travels are going to resume very soon. So if you have if you're willing to support my travels in any way, in cash or kind, in kind being that maybe you have a place to host me. Oh, my phone just fell. You have a place to host me, maybe a guest's room spare, you know, a hotel, a resort, anywhere that you would like to, spare and have me promote your business. That's if it's a resort or a hotel or a guest house, anyone, just send me an email, virtualgraceblog@gmail.com, or you send me a DM on Instagram. Typing my email. virtualgraceblog@gmail.com. I'm saying virtual grace. So you can send me an email on this email address and I will respond. Or if you want to support my travels or you support my content creation in cash, you can also do that via PayPal, super chat, you know, and it's very much appreciated. It helps me to keep making videos, creating content that you guys love, content that entertain you, that educate and inform you. I love doing it. I love it. And I love the feedback that I always get from all of you. You are all amazing. You are all awesome. I appreciate all of you. I enjoyed the talk. That's talk truth. Thank you. I'm glad you did enjoy it. Great presentation. That's Marie. Thanks, Marie. I appreciate you. Thank you guys all so much for coming. You guys have been amazing. I enjoyed this first episode of Tales by Moonlight. Tales by Moonlight. So it's just a way of, you know, our typical African setting of telling stories at night under the moon. Now we do it virtually, but basically we all get to connect and tell our stories. So share your stories with me. And like I said, it's going to be as participatory as much as possible. So at any point um in the live stream, you want to come on live, feel free. Like I've been dropping the links, I'll keep dropping the links in all of our streams. So come prepared, come prepared to tell the story about your country, whatever it is happening there that you like us to know about, to talk about. You share with us and you come live and tell your story. So it is our platform. We are all going to make this work together. We are all going to communicate here, tell our stories, and connect. It's not about Virtue Grace doing a live stream, it's about us connecting and sharing our stories to the world. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys very much. I think I've said that like a million times, but it's never enough. So thank you. If you've not subscribed and you came by for the first time, just click on that subscribe button. Okay, click on it and share the video, share the stream. Okay, I'll see you guys in the course of the week and on Sunday, same time, same venue, same channel. I am Virtue Grace. Someone says Alice in Zioka. It's a while. Yeah, Alice, it's a while, but we are back now. We are back better and bigger. We are here to stay. So I am doing fine. I'm doing fine. How are you doing as well? Happy Sunday. Hope you are fine as well. Where are you joining me from? I can't shut down on you. You're just tuning in, so I can't shut down on you. Where are you joining from? Let me know where you're joining from. So, okay. In Germany, joining hands across the world. Yeah, Marie, we are joining hands across the world. Anywhere you are in Africa, if you're an African living on the continent or you're an African living in the diaspora, this is our platform. So we are going to tell our stories here together every Sunday, 7 p.m. GMT plus one. Just mark your calendar and make it a date. Yeah. Long time subscriber, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a long time subscriber. You all are amazing. Like I said, I enjoy making videos because you guys always come back to watch. So if you're not watching, there's no one to make them for. So I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you all. And on that note, I say good night. I'll see you in the course of the week and on Sunday, same time. I am Virtue Grace, your African storyteller. Bye. Mwah.